Man, these mosquitoes are coming. Hi guys! I was tagged to talk to you about the primary survival tool. It's a tag that's been going around, and I was a bit skeptical about that particular tag because, yeah, it tends to evolve into what is my favorite knife kind of video and a tag series. And that's not strange because if you would ask 100 survivalists what would be the primary tool that they bring out if they can only choose one thing, yeah, chances are that they say knife, right? And that's not surprising because with the knife you can make about all the other things that you need. If you view this in terms of the C's of survivability, the cutting tool basically lets you create all the other C's that you need. But I still was thinking a bit. I mean, if you actually could choose before you are dropped somewhere, say in this wilderness here, at this period, this time of the year, I would like to bring my knife, and I don't need a lot more than this. This would be my primary survival tool. I can make all the stuff that I can do. I just made a video about this one. I got it from Sandy, and this is typically the kind of knife that I would have with me. Not a big blade, really nice bushcraft knife with a nice point on it so that you can make holes, you can easily make notches and still strong enough to baton with it. Absolutely great stuff, this. And you can cut big trees with this. With this little knife you can cut trees this big, no problem, if you know how to do it. But still, in the sense of survival, I would like to have that thing, the fire steel, because the primary thing that I need is to keep warm. Water and stuff, it's all fixed, but I need to keep warm. So I would like to have this. And there is something that you not see a lot here. I don't think I actually seen it anywhere on YouTube yet. But people tend to forget this is a modern fire steel. And you can find stones everywhere. And you don't need a knife. You see? This will make the sparks as well. So stones you can find everywhere with a sharp edge. You can smash a stone, have really sharp edges. And you can use your fire steel to make fire with a stone. So to be honest, I would have this above this if I just can choose one thing. If I can't take this as a set. Because as a set, of course, this is brilliant. This will fix everything for me. I can use the knife to make friction fire. I can use the knife to create containers, to do everything. But if I only had the knife, yeah, I would be forced to use friction fire. And in a real survival situation, I would go for the safer bet, and that is the modern fire steel. And the stone I can find. So that's a slight distinction there. There's another distinction. I am here in this kind of environment, the boreal forest. And I think that if I don't know exactly the time where I'm at, if I'm getting released in this at any time of the year without knowing before, like which time that would be, I think I wouldn't take the knife. I think traditionally, both in North of America, in Canada, and in these areas here, and in Russia, the primary survival tool in the winter would be an axe. Because the axe, you need the axe to create the amounts of firewood that you need to survive through a night. You need an axe to quickly build a shelter. And I don't mean a shelter like a debris shelter in the winter. There's snow everywhere. You need to chop some trees. And when it's 30 degrees below, the only thing that you can chop trees with is an axe. You can't have a machete or anything like that. So, and the axe head is carbon steel. You can use it to make fire. we have had a very interesting and funny tag about how to make your food. You see, you can do quite intricate carvings even with a big axe. And so for me, in these areas, in this kind of nature, the boreal forest, the absolute primary survival tool would be the axe. And especially in those months, which are the most months of the year, where it would be winter and cold and snow. When it's summer like this, and I could choose, give me a fire steel, because I would be sure to have my fire really fast. But yeah, you can't get away from the fact that without a knife you're pretty handicapped. And like I said, you can find sharp rocks, you can cut stuff anyway, but if you can choose the knife with a fire steel, great stuff. So I'm aware that I might not have chosen really. I'm still a bit in doubt if I would go for the knife or for the fire steel. I think you have to add to this the term, the duration of your stay. If they tell me you are going to be dropped in this for 2-3 days, I go for the fire steel, find me a rock, have fire. If they say, well, we don't really know, it can be weeks, I would go for the knife. Because even the knife, this particular knife is from carbon steel, I can make sparks using a stone. It would be a bit more work, but I would have an enormous advantage of having the knife as a tool to create a life. Because when survival gets long-term survival, it becomes bushcraft, and you need to create yourself the tools, the shelters, the stuff that you need. But on the short term, I would go for the fire steel. If it would be long-term and you would have the risk of having there a subarctic winter in there, forget about it, take an axe. Yeah, so like I said, I hope I made some sense. I forgot my list with people that I want to tag with this tag, but I will caption that on the end of the film. So I hope you like this one, and see you all in the next film, guys.